we're live or not, because there's a little randy circling thing there. Oh, now it says we're live. Hi, everybody. Apparently we're live. Welcome to this week's vlog. I've still got to get used to saying that word. I'm not so sure about it. Vlog. Anyway, I hope you're all feeling amazing. It is, and this is my vlog about countdown to 50 and how I'm going with achieving the things that I want to do when it comes to being the way I want to be when I'm 50 or beyond 50. Can we just be clear? We are 928 days away from that particular space in my life, which is, 1 week closer than what we had this time last week. But what have I done? Last week I talked about wanting to regain my flexibility, and in the last 7 days I've done 5 range of motion sessions, or ROM sessions. And if you've been checking out the Instagram, which is Good to Go Coaching, and up here on the YouTube page as well, I just sort of have been recording them and putting them up. I have had a few questions about it, which was really cool, from clients. First question, which we're going to answer here, is, well, what does ROM mean? It stands for range of motion. Okay, so what I'm going to do over the next few weeks is do a couple of series, do some videos on what range of motion is and why it's important, and some quick, easy exercises that can help you work on your range of motion in some of the important areas in your body. So for me, if you have been watching those videos, what I'm focusing on currently at this moment in time is my thoracic spine, which is, the spine. So you've got sort of cervical, thoracic, and lumbar spine. And, it's your spine that's connected to your rib cage, basically. And for me, it's quite a stiff part of my body. And what that does is, in a lot of movements that I make, because the muscles and the bones and everything that aren't moving the way they should be, it causes a lack of movement in other areas. So what I'm doing is doing some stretches that are helping me work through that stiffness in my thoracic spine. But it's not just thoracic spine, it's moving through my arms, my shoulders, my chest, my diaphragm. And your diaphragm's then connected to your hip flexors and your pelvic floor. So we're doing a lot of work with hips and my quads, and basically the top of my head is connected to the bottom of my feet. But you can choose where you're going to do your focus on that. So that's what my current focus is. And how far have I come? Yeah, it's a good question. So this week, just in those 5 different sessions, I have noticed a huge difference in my rotational ability, my spinal rotation. I have less lower back pain. I can, I feel smoother when I walk, which is really cool. Am I getting my kicks up higher? Maybe not. I don't know. We'll see what happens at Budo tonight. So yeah, just 5 sessions, and I'm already feeling pretty good about it. I feel pretty good about myself, and it's the side effect is, and this is sort of those moments where I just sit here and go, yes, this is the thing that I tell my clients to do, but this is the thing that I never ever do myself. Do as I say, not as I do, which is to take the time for self-care, and that's having to reorganize in your life and your habits and your thought processes, that sitting down and, taking a few moments, setting it aside and making sure you get it done. And then, and this is the next important step of that, is recognizing the positive change that time you've set aside for yourself is having for you in your life. For example, doing those sessions, I go for a walk. I was carrying some really heavy rocks. So these rocks would have been over 20, probably even 30 kilos type heavy. And, carrying them with relative ease. They were heavy, don't get me wrong. But, previously I would have been, my muscles would have been sore, my body would have been sore. And, I sort of would have been lacking the range of motion. Whereas today I was sort of doing that yesterday, and today I've woken up and it doesn't even feel like I was carrying them. So that's a benefit. That's one of the big benefits that I've experienced from just doing these sessions. So I'm hoping that they're going to stay. We'll see, because I am reaping the benefits of doing it. Yeah, so that's where that's us. 928 days out from the big 50 for me. What else is going on? Yeah, it's a good question. I'm glad you asked. For us, good to go wise, we're doing a few things. We're doing some online stuff, of course. Next week on the 19th of May, 19th of May, 2020, we're doing a kettlebell workshop. Kettlebell basics workshop. So I'm currently putting that together at the moment, which is really exciting. If you've ever trained with me, you know and understand how much I love kettlebells, and because they're great for movement, and for making you move. So we're going to get in and do that workshop. If you're interested in doing that workshop, I'll put a link to register for that in the below somewhere here, wherever it is. So that's coming up for us. But, really what's happened in the last week, let's get back to vlogging and talking about that kind of stuff. It's just the range of motion stuff, really. And it does feel good. Oh, you know what? I had a client ask me today, what were we talking? I can't even remember what the question was, but we ended up talking about, yeah, that's right. What's the best thing I can do? That's right. It was a great question. What's the best thing I can do to get out of lying in the lounge posture? And my response was, walk. Get out and walk, right? But we've got to be walking consciously, and we've got to be walking in a way that we are consciously engaging our body. Of course, I'm going to say, if you can, get out there and do some barefoot walking as well. Just an idea. Get yourself a pair of barefoot shoes and get out and walk in those. We do need to understand that going straight from having normal shoes to your barefoot or zero drop shoes is a very big difference for your body to cope with. So you'll be sore, but it's a process. So don't just go out and buy a pair of barefoot shoes and do a 20-kilometer walk. Don't be angry with me, because I'm telling you now it's going to be painful. But it's something to work up towards, right? But your body is going to love you for it if you can get out and do more conscious walking and more conscious feeling and flowing and that kind of stuff. And what we get to do with our body when we are out walking is to feel the tension points, feel what's not running smoothly. And then what we can do is come back and go, okay, when I was walking, this part of my body was sore. And it's like, okay, so then we need to look at what's going on in your action and how we can come in with some range of work, motion work, or some exercise work, some rehab work, band work, all that kind of stuff to help open up that particular part of your body so that your walking becomes easier. But you also get the added benefit of taking some time out and just consciously being in your body, which is fantastic. Okay, I'm not saying if you go for a 60-minute walk that you have to be consciously in your body for that entire time, but at least set aside a couple of minutes for that walk to just sit in your body and go, right, what is my body feeling? How am I feeling in my body right now? What feels comfortable? What does not? Be okay with it. Don't judge it. Just notice it, right? And then, if particularly, and that's a really big thing. If we can approach things without judgment, then it gives us more space to be able to work with them. Okay, it gives them more space to be able to come forward and communicate with you to say, hey, this is how I'm feeling, that kind of stuff. So give it time. Talk to it. Maybe not out loud, maybe just in your head or out loud, whatever suits you really. But I talk to my body out loud sometimes. But, let it communicate with you and give it the space to actually be able to communicate with you. Okay. So what else was going on? So we're talking, it was good questions. We're starting, if you are in Stockholm and you're watching this, we're doing an outdoor session once a week on Mondays at 10 a.m. That's a bunch of fun in Liljeholmen. I'm having a lot of fun doing that. I particularly am thinking about doing some more of those sessions. So if you're interested in doing some outdoor sessions with us, get in contact. That'd be great. I already mentioned the kettlebell workshop. I'm really looking forward to it. Kettlebells are a bunch of fun. And, we're going to get in there and learn how to do some really decent swings. I get really pedantic about the way we start swings and the attitude we have when we're swinging, and the way some people do swings. So I'm going to teach the way I think we should do swings in that particular workshop. And there's something else I wanted to talk about today, and this is, I don't know if I should get ranty pants or not. Yeah, I am. I'm going to do it. If you're watching this, this is one of my little pet peeves about the fitness industry and personal trainers and relationships. I want clients to understand that you don't have to stay in a relationship with a trainer if they are not your trainer. Okay? Feel like you can actually end that relationship, because trainers, it's like any relationship, right? You choose to be there. And if you're not having a good time and it's not okay, choose to leave. Don't stay in it. And I get that there's money involved and there's all this kind of stuff. But at the end of the day, you're the client. The trainer has to be there for you. You are not there for them. They are there for you. They are working for you. So they need to be making an effort to understand you and be asking you questions and checking in, building rapport, and making sure that the exercises that they are giving you are actually helping you achieve the goals that you're looking for. But more importantly, and this is really key, is the trainer needs to be able to give you the space to communicate your goals, right? And interpret your goals and help you interpret your goals, because, I'm guilty of it. I've been a trainer for a long time. I came out of trainer college and, everything fits into a formula and A plus B equals C and blah, 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 right? But I've been doing this for a long time and I do things very differently now. And I'm a very casual trainer. And because I like to work the way I like to work, and I fully understand that if I'm not the right trainer for you, then I'm not the right trainer for you. It's not personal. It's just like, we don't work well together. I'm okay with that. I hope you're okay with that. Thanks for the opportunity. I hope you find the right trainer. But I am the right trainer for a lot of people. And so they come in here and they train with me because it works. The way I like to do things works for them and it works for me. That being said, can we stop feeling like we have to be in this relationship? And also, trainers, this is because of in actual fact, that an entire conversation I had in my head. This wasn't a real conversation. It was a made-up conversation in my head that I had with a dude after a situation, blah, blah, long story. You don't need to know about it. But anyway, the message that I'm trying to get across here is, as a client, you don't belong to the trainer. Okay. I've had discussions with people before. I've used the term. I've actually had to say to trainers, stay away from my clients, because they're my clients, right? But they don't belong to me. I'm in a relationship with them. They pay me. We do the job, and we do it a particular way. But they don't belong to me. And this is a really important thing. For the time, I don't belong to them either. But for the time that they're paying, we are in a relationship, and I have to provide the service that they're expecting. And I see it too often where people are being guilt-tripped and made to feel bad and not given the space to communicate their needs and wants in these personal trainer client relationships. And it kind of frustrates the crap out of me, because we're here to provide a service. And in theory, right? In theory, it is supposed to be about people feeling better, isn't it? Isn't that why we're here? Isn't that why we do things? Or am I wrong in that one? I feel like I may have missed the mark somewhere in there. I fully understand that a lot of people do what they do in the fitness industry to look better, not necessarily feel better, despite the fact they might be putting the words of feel better on top of that. It has a lot to do with the external and looking better rather than actually feeling better on the inside, which is also one of my pet peeves in the fitness industry, but we'll talk about that one later. So anyway, bottom line is, or the moral to the story is, if you're in a relationship with a personal trainer and you're not happy, end it. If they're a decent person, they'll give you your money back. If they're not a decent person, I'm sorry, right? You know, you do you. You do what you're going to do. If you've paid for 5 sessions and you're not going to get your money back, and you're going to make sure you see out those 5 sessions, then do that. But empower yourself, right? You go to the session, go to the trainer and say, right, this is what I want from you. I'm paying you to do a thing for me and you're not doing it right now. I need you to step up and do it for me. Okay? Empower yourself. Be the best you. And my new catchphrase that we're just trialing out is feel better, because that's why I'm here. That's why if you're watching my stuff, you're probably here too, which is, you know, we all just want to feel better. And, you know, yeah. Like I said, I think I'm done ranting. All right, guys. Vlog over. Okay, so I've got anyway, yeah, I'm gonna sign out. I think I'm done. I've kind of at the moment I'm running through my head what I just said, and I'm worried I might have said something I probably shouldn't have said. But anyway, we're here now. It's out there in cyberspace. So, guys, that's me for this week. If I get time to jump in, do another vlog between now and next week, I will. If not, I'll see you back on Monday, around about the same bat time, same bat channel. I don't know. I can't make commitments. We'll just make it on Monday. If you like my stuff, subscribe. And get the bell thing as well. I don't know where it is. It's there somewhere. Yeah, subscribe and get bell thing. Tell your friends about me. Get them to subscribe. I want to make a go of this YouTube channel thing, so I need like 1,000 subscriptions, and currently I'm on 46, so I've got 956 to go. 54, 954 to go. So subscribe, make a comment, like the video, and yeah, we'll see you next week. Bye.